of HYMS, Help Your Marketing Service. Our main goal is to help service organizations like yours to offer the best service possible for your customer.
78% of customers are bailed on transaction because of a poor service experience. And Americans tell an average of 9 people about good experience and tell 16 people about poor experience. That's right, nearly 2 times more. I'm Victor de Valence.
And before we get started, let us introduce to our team.
As you would like to change and update your mission statement, we modify and give a more modern way to it. Here is your new mission statement. Our mission is to continue to offer quality products and services using the best technology available and at a reasonable price. This new mission statement will help you to define your purpose and core objectives related to customer needs and values while also articulating the company's mission to customers. Moreover, it is about how your company will get to where you want to be. In other words, it states the main goals your company wants to achieve.
A core service for Amazon is to sell books, CDs, DVDs, cameras, computer equipment, and music for Donald. In 2008, Amazon launched a supplementary service named Amazon Premium for the delivery in one workday. The floor of service concept by Lovelock is used to display 2 types of supplementary services that surround the core product. The first one is facilitating with information, order taking, billing, and payment. On the other hand is enhancing with consultation, hospitality, safekeeping, exception. We can take, for example, order taking. For Amazon, there are reservation and personal accounts.
Now taking a look at the blueprint we have created for your company. We will focus on few important factors. First, a service blueprint is a graphic representation of the essential components of the service performance. It identifies the customer, the service personnel, the point of interaction between customers and workers, the contact point between all the employees, and the front stage evidence and backstage processes or activities. The front stage part of your service performance is mainly based on the design and the efficiency of your website. All the interaction between customer and workers on the front stage are made online in a way to create a safe environment for your clients. Moreover, the essential component of the backstage activities is the delivery process. The performance of your delivery is the key of Amazon's success, and it's also the last point of interaction and the last vision that the customer gets of the company.
Companies with engaged employees outperform those without by up to 200%.
That is why it's important to analyze why employees are key success factors in service organization.
Ines, can you tell us if all service employees are equally important and what differentiates employees?
From the customer point of view, it would be naive to suggest that all service organization employees are equally important. Workers who interact directly with the customer typically have the greatest influence on perception of the service. But this is not the case in your company because the customer never see any front-stage service workers. In the case of Amazon, the backstage workers play a main role in the service organization because any problem occurring in their area, even if the customer does not see it, will affect tremendously the image of the service organization. Even the backstage employees' appearance and behavior are little concerned to the customer. The way in which backstage personnel perform their task affect customers' assessment of service excellence. In the backstage, a good interaction and relationship between employees and between an employee and his managers are very important and will have great repercussion on customers. Service workers provide human evidence of service quality through both their technical and social skills. So, Victor, can you list all the ways to ensure service employee excellence?
Of course. There are 4 ways to ensure service employees' excellence that the organization should consider. First of all, you have to hire intelligently, because personnel are the backbones of most service organizations' success. It is better to interview 50 people and not hire anyone than hire the wrong person to make sure people really want to work for your company. Secondly, train intensively. Service organizations have to take time to prepare their workers for the roles they perform. There are several techniques to train employees, like double-barreled training that focus on technical and social skills development. Also, you should cross-train personnel to perform multiple tasks within the organization. The more an employee has knowledge, the more he could be flexible behind varied situations. Then it is essential to monitor intensely. A continual assessment of service workers' performance should be conducted using both formal and informal means of gathering information regarding their behavior. The key is to use multiple sources of information to evaluate the workers' social and technical skills. At last, reward your employees. It is important to provide positive feedback to service employees who turn in excellent performance.
So, Victor, can you tell us what are the benefits of employee empowerment?
The principle of employee empowerment is the creation of autonomy for the employee. In that way, it helps managers and employees to gain in productivity. It is based on the idea of giving employees resource and motivation. It's also a way of sharing information and rewards. Employee empowerment gives several benefits for the company. Quicker response to consumer during service delivery. In your case, this benefit is one of the key factors that makes Amazon one of the best delivery companies. Secondly, quicker response to dissatisfied customers during service recovery. The after-sales service is very important in a company as Amazon because of their needs of knowing their customers. And finally, employees are more satisfied with their jobs and themselves and will work efficiently and enthusiastically. In your company, there is no physical interaction between the employee and the customers, but an enthusiastic attitude towards your colleagues and managers is essential for a good atmosphere in the company.
In order to build a customer loyalty through service quality, we need to know first what customer loyalty is. Customer loyalty is a key determinant of any organization's ability to sustain long-term profitability. Customer relationship management systems are intended to help organizations attract and retain profitable customers.
Then we need to understand what is the purpose of the service quality. Service quality is an assessment of how well a delivered service conforms to the customer's expectation. Amazon applies service quality through analyzing the journey of a customer and understanding areas for improvement. It is capital to understand the business metrics, build a story which summarizes holistic quality performance, identify solutions, and implement the necessary actions. Now that we know the Amazon service quality, we must discover how Amazon customers evaluate your service quality.
The major contribution of Parra Silverman is their conceptualization of service quality as a gap between customer expectations and perception of the customer performance. There are 5 gaps to evaluate the service quality. Gap 1 is the market information gap. This gap is the difference between what the customer expects and management perception of what the customer expects. Gap 2 is the service standards gap. This gap occurs when management fails to accurately translate its perception of customer expectations into the service design. For example, when Amazon put on the market this smartphone, the Fire phone, which was a total failure. Gap 3 is the service performance gap. This gap is the difference between what the service organization is designed to deliver and the actual service provided to the customers. For example, with Amazon, this gap occurs when customers doesn't receive the product order, so it is necessary to be careful about orders. Gap 4 is the internal communication gap. This gap is the difference between the service provided and the service portrayed in various forms of marketing communication, including advertising and publishing. Gap 5 is the service quality gap. This final gap is the difference between the service expected and that actually received, which may result in delayed satisfaction, dissatisfaction, or disgust. For example, with Amazon, these gaps occur when the delivery time is not respected, so customers can be disappointed by the service quality.
In order to guarantee a good service quality, we need to develop the service guarantee. A service guarantee is a promise to compensate customers if the service delivery fails to establish standards. It can be a great tool to lower perceived risk if the price of service is high. the customer's ego is on the line, or if the negative consequences of service failure are great. Concerning your company, Amazon implemented a guarantee that applied to all purchases made on Amazon.com websites. They call it the A to Z guarantee. The main policy of the guarantee are the following: the condition of the item you buy and its timely delivery are guaranteed.
Knowing that 70% of buying experiences are based on how the customer feels they are being treated, researching for service success and failure is a key tool for achieving sustainable growth and customer satisfaction. Victor, can you explain us how do we measure service performance?
Service performance measurements seek to understand customers' and employees' point of view to determine what an organization is doing right or wrong. When a service organization satisfies the customer, it experiences success. When it dissatisfies the customer, the organization experiences failure. Services exist only when they are rendered, which makes it difficult to predict and anticipate all the variables likely to affect performance quality. Several methods can be used to evaluate the service performance. Each method has strengths and weaknesses. It is best to measure performance using a combination of methods, thereby offsetting the limitation of any single approach. Ines, can you tell us what method of research can we apply to Amazon?
Your company first introduced a system that collects feedback from employees in warehouses. Information that are then processed by dedicated teams in order to find working process or failure in the service delivery. The system has been mainly used by its operation network, made a jump to the corporate offices, and continues to expand. And Amazon occasionally invites its customers to participate in online surveys and gather information on their experience regarding the service you provide. These surveys are typically hosted on the sites of third-party providers. To give an incentive for customers to answer the survey, it may offer an online gift card as a sign of appreciation. Also, Amazon survey never asks customers to provide any sensitive security information such as account information, password, or social security numbers. So, Victor, can you explain what is a service quality information system?
Of course, yes. A service quality information system will encourage and enable the organization to incorporate the customer's voice into decision making. Such system allows the organization to assess the impact of service quality initiatives and investments, and offers performance-based data to reward service excellence and correct poor service. What to measure? First, choose what aspect of the service delivery system they need to study, and then decide what question to ask or what to observe. Measurement should occur on a regular basis, and the information produced should be stored and available for review. What to do with this information? The ultimate goal is to improve service performance, and the information derived from the measurement must therefore help direct and focus the organization toward achieving this end. Specifically, the information might help uncover problem area in the process of service delivery, the physical setting, and employees' behaviors.
Now we talk about the 5 external environmental factors for your company. When these environmental factors are known in order to identify and analyze the performance, your organization is in a better position to plan an effective strategy to meet their objectives and minimize any errors that might be causing a performance expectation gap. For you, technology is at the heart of its service delivery, both for the employees and the customers. The Amazon success came from the technology, but the company has to face to all the other companies who create a new challenge for Amazon like Apple or Google. For environmental factors, the different rules about the delivery process in order to be more green could change the efficiency of the Amazon delivery process.
First, the political factors refer to the stability of the political environment and the attitude of political parties or movements. International policy in particular countries may interfere in the growth of the company. For example, Google was banned in China, and this kind of problem could happen to your company also. Second, economic factors represent the wider economy, so may include economic growth rates, level of employment and unemployment, cost of raw materials such as energy, petrol and steel, interest rates and monetary policies, exchange rate and inflation rates. The main economical risk factor for you is the different currency of the country where you are implanted. This problem is not a problem for you nowadays because of each website you got in each country. Third, social-cultural factors represent the culture of the society that an organization operates within. In several cultures, the use of internet is not allowed, and this factor could stop your growth if you don't put stores there.
So here are my recommendations for Amazon. The first one is to increase promotion on Amazon Prime service in order to earn significant customer loyalty. Because of its excellent results in terms of customer loyalty that Amazon Prime gets, according to a 2015 report from Consumer Intelligence Research Partners, Prime members paid an average of $1,500 per year on Amazon.com, compared with $625 per year spent by Amazon customers who aren't Prime members. The second one is to make some important investment in service quality. Amazon service quality is the most important and main contact with the customers, therefore it is capital to always improve its services, quickly identify problems and to better assess customer satisfaction. This investment will allow Amazon to better analyze the journey of a customer and understanding areas for improvements. It is capital for them to understand the business metrics, build a story which summarizes holistic quality performance, identify solutions and implement the necessary actions in order to improve the service quality. Then, and the final one is about employee empowerment, which must be seriously considered at Amazon. One of the key factors for Amazon is to give quick responses to consumers during the service delivery and its capacity to innovate. These two major factors need a good employee empowerment.